Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've had one of those moments where someone's name is right on the tip of your tongue, but no matter how hard you try, it just won't come to you. If so, you're not alone, and, more importantly, you're not broken. These moments can be frustrating, sometimes even scary, especially as we get older. But the truth is, they don't just happen because of age. Often, there are small, everyday habits silently working against your memory. The good news is, once you know what they are, you can start changing them today. That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Because after 70, your brain deserves better. And small changes in your daily routine can make all the difference between feeling foggy and forgetful or sharp, aware and in control. Let us start with a habit that many people don't even realize is affecting them: skipping meals or eating the wrong foods. Now, I'm not talking about dieting or watching your sugar. I'm talking about how your brain needs real, steady fuel to function well. When you skip breakfast or go too long without eating, your blood sugar drops, and so does your mental clarity. You might feel lightheaded, sluggish, or just off. And that's because your brain, which uses more energy than any other part of your body, isn't getting what it needs. But it's not just about eating enough, it's also about what you eat. Highly processed foods, full of sugar and unhealthy fats, create inflammation in the body. And when your brain is inflamed, memory and concentration suffer. It's that simple. On the other hand, foods rich in omega-3 leafy greens, berries, nuts, and whole grains have been shown to support memory and protect against cognitive decline. So imagine this: starting your day with a bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts, followed by a mid-morning walk and a glass of water. It might seem like a small change, but over time, it's those small things that keep your brain alive and firing. Another habit that might be hurting your memory more than you think is lack of quality sleep. Now, I know sleep can get trickier as we age. Maybe you wake up more during the night or find it hard to fall asleep at all. But sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. Your brain literally cleans itself while you sleep. It sorts through memories, processes emotions, and clears away waste that builds up during the day. When you don't get enough good sleep, those memory cleaning systems don't run properly. It's like trying to work in a messy, cluttered room. You lose focus, you forget things. You struggle to recall names or events. Even one night of poor sleep can make your memory feel foggy the next day. The solution isn't just going to bed earlier. It's about creating a calming nighttime routine, turning off screens at least an hour before bed, keeping your bedroom cool and quiet, avoiding caffeine late in the day. And if you wake up often, try getting exposure to natural light in the morning. It helps reset your body's internal clock. Even a short nap during the day, if done right, can help refresh your memory. Just 20 to 30 minutes of rest in the afternoon can improve learning and recall, especially if you didn't sleep well the night before. And no, napping doesn't make you lazy, it makes you smarter. Now, let's talk about something that sounds harmless, even relaxing, but can be surprisingly dangerous for your memory: too much sitting and not enough movement. When we sit all day, whether it's watching TV, reading, or scrolling through our phones, blood flow slows down. And less blood flow means less oxygen reaching the brain. That lack of movement can gradually dull your thinking and affect your ability to remember things clearly. Your brain thrives when your body moves. Physical activity increases blood flow, releases feel-good chemicals like endorphins, and helps grow new brain cells. Yes, even after 70, your brain can still grow. You don't need to run a marathon or spend hours at the gym. Even simple daily walks, light stretching, or dancing around the kitchen while making dinner can make a big difference. The key is consistency. Your brain loves routine. A short walk after meals, a few yoga poses in the morning, marching in place while brushing your teeth. These small moments of motion add up. They not just good for your heart and muscles, they powerful tools to protect your memory. Now, if you're thinking, I'm too old to make all these changes, let me stop you right there. It's never too late. Your brain doesn't suddenly give up on you because of a number. In fact, it's been waiting for you to start showing it some love. Even if memory slips have already started, there's still so much you can do to slow them down or even reverse them. You have more control than you think, and every step you take toward healthier habits is a step toward clearer thinking, better recall, and more confidence in your everyday life. Because it's those little choices each day, what we eat, how we move, how we rest, that shape the way our minds perform. But there's another habit, often overlooked, that can quietly chip away at your memory and mental sharpness, and that's chronic stress. Stress doesn't just affect your mood, it affects your brain. When you're under stress all the time, your body produces more of a hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol in short bursts can be helpful. It wakes you up in the morning and helps you respond to danger. But when your body is pumping it out constantly, day after day, it becomes toxic, especially to your brain's memory center, the hippocampus. Have you ever noticed how, when you're overwhelmed, you forget small things like where you put your glasses or what you meant to grab from the kitchen? That's not a coincidence. Chronic stress narrows your attention and makes it harder to form and retrieve memories. Over time, it can even shrink parts of the brain responsible for memory. Now, here's the good news. You don't need to eliminate every stressful situation in your life. That's impossible. What you can do is build resilient, simple ways to calm your nervous system and give your brain a break. Something as small as deep breathing, yes. Just 3 to 5 deep, slow breaths can reduce cortisol in your body. So can gentle stretching, listening to soothing music, getting outside in nature, or having a warm cup of tea without any distractions. Even short moments of quiet throughout your day help your brain reset and regroup. And don't underestimate the power of connection. Talking with a friend, hugging your grandchild, or even petting your dog can lower stress hormones and lift your mood. You weren't meant to carry life alone. And loneliness, especially in older adults, can mimic the effects of stress on the brain. So, if it's been a while since you reached out to someone, maybe today's the day. And that brings us to one final habit that quietly steals your memory: not using it. The old saying is true: use it or lose it. Your brain is a muscle, and like any other part of your body, it needs exercise to stay strong. If you go days without challenging your mind, if your days all look the same, with the same routines, same shows, and no new learning, your brain starts to slow down. But it doesn't have to. Stimulating your brain doesn't mean doing complex math or reading textbooks. It means engaging with the world, trying a new recipe, doing a crossword puzzle, learning to play a simple song on the keyboard, reading a different kind of book than usual. Even switching hands while brushing your teeth can spark new neural pathways. The goal isn't to be perfect hits, to be curious, to keep asking questions, to keep your brain guessing and exploring. Every time you do something new, you're telling your brain, hey, stay awake, stay active, we're not done learning yet. And that message alone helps preserve memory, protect against decline, and make life more interesting. Now, maybe you're thinking, but I've already developed these habits. Is it too late to change? The answer is no. It is never too late. Your brain is remarkably adaptable, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Scientists call it neuroplasticity, which simply means your brain can still grow and rewire itself if you give it the right stimulation. So here's what I want you to remember. Small, simple changes can make a powerful difference. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with one thing. Maybe today you take a 10-minute walk. Tomorrow, you swap a sugary snack for some walnuts and berries. The next day, you turn off the TV 30 minutes earlier and stretch before bed. Bit by bit, you'll start to feel it's your focus returning, your confidence building, your memory sharpening. And that's what matters. Not perfection, not overnight transformation, just progress. One step, one habit, one day at a time. Because progress is still possible at any age. And the truth is, If you're watching this, you've already taken the first step. You're curious, you're engaged, and most importantly, you care about your health and your future. That alone puts you ahead of the game. Let's take a moment to reflect. Skipping proper meals, not sleeping well, sitting too much, letting stress pile up, and going day after day without mentally challenging yourself. None of these habits feel dramatic in the moment, but over time, they quietly work against your memory, your focus, and your sense of control. The beautiful part, you now have the power to change them. Even if you've lived most of your life with these habits, today can be a new chapter. You're not too old. Your brain hasn't expired. In fact, science continues to show that the human brain remains plastic, meaning it can grow, adapt, and form new connections even after 70, even after 80. That's not wishful thinking. That's biology. But it starts with you deciding that you're worth the effort. And you are. Every minute you invest in yourself adds up. When you choose a meal that fuels your brain, when you go for a walk instead of sitting down again, when you get to bed on time, take 5 minutes to breathe deeply or learn a new word just for fun. You are protecting something precious: your independence, your confidence, your ability to keep showing up fully no matter your age. You deserve to feel sharp, to remember conversations, to stay engaged in the lives of those you love. And the best part is, these aren't big, expensive solutions. You don't need fancy supplements or complicated routines, just daily choices done with love and intention. So, as we wrap up, I want to encourage you to look at your current routine. What's one small thing you can shift starting today? Maybe it's stretching after breakfast. Maybe it's adding more healthy fats to your lunch. Maybe it's calling a friend to share a laugh and lower your stress. Pick one thing, start there, let it grow. And as your memory improves, you'll notice the difference. Conversations feel easier. Names come back quicker. You feel more alert in the mornings. You start to trust yourself again. That's what this is really about, regaining that inner confidence. So, if you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you know, and it lets us keep bringing you tips that truly make a difference. And while you're here, I'd love to hear from you. What S1 habit you ready to change for your brain health? Drop it in the comments. I read every one of them. Remember, age doesn't define your potential. The choices do. And every small step you take toward a sharper mind is a big step toward a better life. Here's to staying strong, staying sharp, and showing the world that getting older just means getting better. You've got this, one day at a time.